Who would have guessed that a Marxist political organisation like Black Lives Matter would have had an effect on how the government do things? Shocking, I'm sure. Well, it turns out that the government has created an action plan that they have called Inclusive Britain, which has been developed in response to the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020. Protests that have led to the establishment of a Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities. Isn't it odd how they haven't created new positions on departments over the protests about child abuse? New measures laid out in the plan include a new national framework for police powers such as stop and search with greater scrutiny at local level, an automatic opt-in pilot to help ethnic minorities and others receive legal advice when in police custody, a new office for health improvement and disparities to improve health for everyone, a diverse panel of historians to develop a new knowledge-rich model history curriculum by 2024, exploring Britain's historical past, and guidance to employers on how to measure and address the ethnicity pay gap. Now that's a tsunami of wokeness right there, so I do hope there are life rafts, or have they all been sold to the people that this will benefit? See how they've worded this to make it sound like it will benefit everyone. Opt-in pilot to help ethnic minorities and others. Diverse panel of historians to develop a new knowledge-rich model history curriculum for everyone. Health improvement and disparities to improve health for everyone. Don't get me wrong, I think we should all learn history, the real history, and not what the government want us to learn, whilst ignoring what they want us to forget. As I say all the time, I want people to be treated equally, but I guarantee the opt-in pilot to help ethnic minorities and others receive legal advice when in police custody won't be offered to white folk half as much, when in reality we all deserve legal advice. And as far as I was aware, we all got it if we asked for it anyway. Black, white, green, blue, fucking purple. Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch MP said this is at the heart of our levelling up agenda. It's broader and more wide-ranging than any other review we've had into race and ethnicity in this country. The cause behind racial disparities are complex and often misunderstood. Personally, I think I understand racism and discrimination quite well, but I think I must understand it differently, because as far as I can see, the more people make a fuss about colour, race, religion, gender, etc., the more it's never going to change. If we simply look at one another as human beings and treat each other with the same level of respect as we would want, then this would surely start to fade. But the more it's forced on people, the more the government and others make such a big deal out of colour, race, gender, etc., the more it's going to be prevalent. At least that's how I see it. Some of you may well disagree, and that's absolutely fine because I respect your opinions. The announcement is said to build on the Levelling Up white paper published last month, which aims to spread opportunity more equally across the country. Inclusive Britain was officially presented to business leaders, charities and public figures in Birmingham. Samia Bibi from Himayah Haven, a support group in Birmingham which helps families of loved ones in custody and prison, said racism is still a problem in some parts of the UK. Institutional racism comes in many forms, especially in the criminal justice system, she said. We find our family members are disproportionately from South Asian and black communities, and if you look at the makeup of the prison system, race is a factor. Halima Begum, Chief Executive of the Runnymede Trust, says the proposed changes don't go far enough. We welcome the measures, she said, which will begin to address racial and socio-economic disparities, but we must not forget how much black and ethnic minority communities have suffered in the last 2 years as a result of COVID-19. We don't want to see the government giving with one hand to ethnic minority communities and taking away with the other, but instead action from the whole of government is needed to address racial disparities in our society. Our new strategy is about action, not rhetoric, and will help create a country where a person's race, social or ethnic background is no barrier to achieving their ambitions. So you see how this report started out being written in a way to benefit ethnic minorities and others, is now turned into a propaganda piece. The quotes that I've included are all about race, not about everybody. And it ends with a single paragraph stating it will help create a culture where a person's race, social or ethnic background is no barrier to achieving their ambitions. There are many black and other minority groups who have done amazing things with their lives. Many of them came from deprived and impoverished backgrounds. But rather than being sad about it and blaming other people, they did something and took action. I'm a white male. I haven't had many opportunities in life other than the ones I've had to create and fight for myself. And I don't blame anybody for my lack of opportunities other than myself. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.